Hi, we are here with Shari. Thank you for coming today.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're a leader in a local organization. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I'm the leader of Clearwater Farm. It's right here in the city of Onalaska. About 20 years ago, that subdivision developed out there where they were building houses. It was all farmland. And a bunch of us got together and really wanted to save that farm. There would be houses there. If the farm would have gotten tore down, there would have just been houses built. So a bunch of us got together. We talked to the city about, would you allow us to, do this kind of strange little entity, have farm animals, have a community garden, let different groups come there. And the city was on board. They were like, that's a great idea. So first of all, we started with a community garden. And everyone rented basically a 10 by 10 foot little plot to plant a garden. And that's how I got involved. We started out with the gardens. About 20 different families grew their vegetables there. We shared in what we grew, and it really was quite a little community. And then, as things progressed, we decided we'd like to get animals. So that's when we got the rest of the farm animals.
What type of animals do you have there?
Well, right now we have miniature horses, we have donkeys, we have a llama. That seems to be a favorite. He does spit quite often, but he is a favorite. The kids really like him. We have sheep, and we have goats, chickens, and we have 3 cats right now.
So, what kinds of things can kids do at Clearwater Farm?
Well, the animals are cared for by families, so kids can get involved with their families and care for the animals. We have a morning, it's called a morning chore shift, and an evening chore shift, and that's Monday through Sunday. The farm is completely run by volunteers. So the volunteers come in the morning, they care for the animals, they feed them and they water them, they sweep up after them, they shovel manure, they brush them. If the animal needs a medication, they do that. So that's a number one way that kids can get involved out there with their families. Some kids have gotten involved in the gardens. Kids are really into that. We do have a day camp, and I brought this little book along. This kind of shows our day camp. It's for 6-year-olds to 13-year-olds. So that's really awesome. And you can kind of see in this picture what a great time the kids are having. And again, they work with the animals, they do gardening, they hike on the bluff, they go to the retention pond down the road, and they look through microscopes at all the organisms that they collect. So there's multiple ways that kids can get involved. If you don't want to be involved, you may just want to come and visit the animals. Give them a snack, cut some grass, give them some vegetables that maybe you have at home, apples, the horses love those. So there's lots of ways to get involved.
How can there be a farm inside a city?
Well, again, that's what I kind of mentioned before, is back when Mayor Bielecki was our city mayor back 20 years ago, he really liked the concept of maintaining a farm within Onalaska and, not bulldozing them all. All the farmland is going away, and allowing city kids to ride your bike out there, visit with the animals, get involved in gardening, things like that. So the city, it went through the Common Council. They all liked our plan, and that's how we got approved. So they've made exceptions, because normally you don't have farm animals in the city. You can have cats and dogs, things like that. So they've allowed us to have all our animals as long as the farm is taken care of really well. We don't want to become an eyesore where people are embarrassed or it's really messy or super dirty. So that's why it's cleaned twice a day.
What got you interested in farms?
Well, I don't know if it was really farms. It was more gardening I really liked, and I've always had a love of animals. Love animals. I was a city girl, got involved in the garden, and then when we started getting animals, I started to learn more and more about the animals, and I'm the animal team leader out there, have been for about 10 years, and I just love the animals.
Did you have any teachers or other people who inspired you?
Oh, probably my mom, to be honest. She was quite an inspiration, a really go-getter of a gal, and she was involved in a lot of things, and volunteering was a big part of her life, and that really inspired me to get involved and save the farm. Because without the volunteers, I manage an amazing group of volunteers, and without those volunteers, Clearwater Farm would go by the wayside, and they would build houses there.
What do you think about living in this area?
Oh, I really like it. Onalaska's a really tight-knit community. They're very supportive. I love the school district. My kids went to school here, and I just think it's a nice small town atmosphere.
Thanks for coming and sharing with us today.
Well, thanks for having me. Nice meeting you.